Hey, Mike, thanks for filling out the form so fast. I like people who act fast, so I will react fast for you as well. Well, my goal in this is I took all of the information that you gave me in the form, which I have on my other monitor. Then I put up on a screen what a full system looks like. And you may have seen the other video on what a full leak proof system looks like, and also an explanation of like where the best places to start. So, what I'm going to do is simply put your answers that I have up on the screen and let you know where you put your answers so you can actually see what's working and what's in the gaps. I want to make sure that we can get clarity on what it looks like and what your gaps are. And if you want to, like, there might be some possible solutions. But if you want to hop on a call, I'm free till about 11 or 12 p.m. Eastern time today before I hop into a couple other meetings and some clients. But my goal is to get clarity to make sure that you're clear on your pain points. What does a complete system looks like so that you can actually like free up half your time in how you're doing all this so you can really focus on what matters most. Okay, diving in. If you haven't seen the other video yet regarding where's the best place to start, it's about the information flows before the tool set. Why? Because here there's a very fast, quick return on your time investment, meaning that you could spend 30 to 60 minutes inside of these areas and you'll free up 30 to 60 minutes a day. So you get rapid return on that time and mental energy. So these are the answers that you gave to me. The first place I look is email. You gave email a 3. You're using it for business and personal. You got 25% of those newsletters hitting you, which you got that free newsletters course. Mike, go handle that right now, my friend. It'll under 30 minutes. It'll pull out all that nonsense spam and it'll stop that unvaluable stuff from hitting you. It's super easy to do. My goal is to show value that returns like a huge part of your investment. You got over 1,000 or more emails in your inbox. And the reason that you're probably doing that is you have no tool to be holding your projects and tasks. You are using Evernote, but you haven't made a decision on one great tool to use. So you can also set up email so that you're actually going to stop using your email inbox to be holding your to-dos as well as your stuff to hold on to. So that's just a big no-no. Like that is a huge no-no. And you're probably burning 30 minutes a day and trying to figure out where to keep stuff at all. Okay, so if you have a pain point there, that normally tells me that if you're having a hard time in email, you probably have a hard time managing all of your inboxes. The reality, you probably have 10 to 20, voicemail, text, WhatsApp, team communication, email, business, personal, social media, blah, 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 right? And that normally means you probably don't have a system and process for managing all that stuff coming at you. And you rated that a 3. So that really much made sense to me. So the next part of the information flows is being out of the head. You gave yourself a 5. You are about 50-50. That's super easy to fix. And my assumption is that you're probably keeping a lot of stuff in your head because the phase 2, when people are getting out of the head, they get concerned about where it's at. So whether if it's your Evernote, your paper notes, your digital apps, it doesn't what you use. You will need a handful of places so that you can get out of your head fast. It's how do you keep all that stuff together? Like wherever my notes go, whether if it's in Evernote, my papers, my journals, my digital apps on the phone, it's like, how do I make sure I don't lose track of that stuff? And that is super easy to fix as well. You brought up your internal team communication. You rated that as a 1. We'll probably need to get on in a call. Like I'm more than happy to hop on for 15 minutes with you to actually get clarity here. Because yeah, you're using emails and like text and things like that. So I need to understand your environment a little bit better in order to give some recommendations that might be there. But in summary, these are the information flows, and where I would go first is you're diving into your email. I gave you the newsletters. My goal is to demonstrate value, that I guarantee that 1 hour with me or anything that you're working on things, it will free up at least 100 hours per year, period. And you develop the system and process for yourself so that you can apply it to everyone. But you get to start there with your email mastery and Gmail, then move on to the inboxes, then move on to out of the head. They're very quick and easy fixes, maybe about 30 to 60 minutes each. Okay, Now I'm going to jump into the full tool set. You got a calendar, Google, which is awesome for it, but for some reason you only rated it a 5, and you have a great tool. But the problem is you probably don't have the best practices and routines to actually know how to keep that tool together. It's the same thing that happens in email, inboxes, out of the head, same thing. So that's probably why you gave it a 5, and you can turn that into a 10 like that. Now, you're using Evernote for your projects and actions tool. It's not a great tool, but it's a flat file, right? And when you're doing projects and actions, it's nice to have a tool to where you can date things, you can see things across multiple projects. But I believe that a system is flexible, and if you like it, I don't like to pull people off of things, even into like another free tool. But my assumption is you may not just know what you may not know, and you can hop into one or two other tools that are free and actually really leverage your projects and actions tool a lot better. But once again, you don't have the best practices and routines to actually keep that together that's there. But Mike, when it comes to your business playbook, which is your whole org chart or your whole role chart, and each one of those roles has recurring duties of what to do and how often and how to do it. So you have no SOPs that are happening. So if I'm going to be your employee, I need to know without a shadow of a doubt within 60 seconds, oh, this is my role. And underneath this role, this is everything that I need to do and how often. And this is what links off to the SOPs and that's doing it. I would make it mandatory that you do not use Evernote to keep that organized because it will be chaos. And the good news is hey, 100% of the time, Mike, out of all the people that I've reviewed over like more than 10 years, they don't have this tool. The framework is easy to set up within a day, but it takes a while, like 1 to 3 months, where everyone's going to start to be writing things out so that you know what to do clearly and you have a process for improvement on how to do it. And then what's awesome about that is once you get set up, your cross training is like that, your onboarding is like that, your scaling is like that. And all of a sudden people aren't leaving with intelligence and you no longer are training from the head and things aren't getting lost. And your last part is your information part, is your library, which you may or may not have Google Drive. You set it up like that. It could probably be trained in like 10 minutes. It's there. So maybe a little bit of water hose of information, but Mike, this is where you need to go. And one of the two options is that I offer. Like, if you're serious about getting this handled now, I'm more than happy to set up, like, let's get on a call. Let's get clarity with your questions and the clear path of solutions on how you can get this handled. By what I'm seeing, my fair guesstimate, you could easily free up 25% of the time. Not only with you, but actually how your team are going to be operating. What is happening here is this is what happens. You don't have any best practices and routines to keep this entire system together. I'm talking your email. I'm talking all your inboxes. I'm talking you being out of the head. I'm talking how you process all of those notes and those inboxes into your tool set, especially when it comes to your projects and tasks and your org chart. That's where most of the information actually happens, right? And you don't have best practices and routines to keep all that together, let alone your goals things. So I'll bet you this is making sense to you. But if you want to, Mike, like, hey, get on a call. I want to get clarity. If you want to do it yourself, fine. But if you're like serious, like we can get this done in like hyper speed with customization, and I like to front load the time where it's like, we're going to spend 4 hours together once, and by the end of the week, we're going to do another 4 hours so that we're actually rapidly learning it. So if you're truly serious about this, get on a call with me and we can go through it. And if you just want to go do it yourself, great. I'll knock it out of the park with you and I'll just show you where to go and what to do. But the difference in working with me is I do not mess around when it comes to accountability. I have clear communication lines set up all day like a walkie-talkie, and I just go all out for the client. So I hope this supports. If you want, ping me on a text. Let me know it's you, and I'm very fast with that text and call, and I'll do my best to get on a call with you so we can actually get clear and move this forward, because we could work together, and within 2 weeks, Michael, easily within 2 weeks, and then like maybe working together from there, you could be freeing up a lot of this time and how you're doing it. I hope this supports. I hope this had value. please go kill your newsletters right now so you can stop that unvaluable stuff from hitting you. Hit me up. Let me know what you think.